Mavis is the Farquhar quarry shunter. She arrived on the island years ago and was delivered on a truck to Farquhar station before coming to the quarry. She's privately owned, so doesn't venture out onto the branch line.
I want to go on an adventure,
She would say to Toby. One day, Mavis, I heard that the board of directors were working on a deal with your owner. Over the next few days, Mavis would look down the line towards Farquhar, waiting for news.
Ah, Mavis, a word if you please,
Said her owner. Her hopes rose.
Yes, sir.
The railway and I have agreed that you can travel onto their line from now on to help with the work. You are to take full trucks to the yard at Farquhar, then bring the empty ones back. Toby and Thomas can't always come up here to collect our loads anymore, so you are to take the trucks to them.
Oh, yes, sir.
She smiled.
Just remember the farm track. Can't afford having you get stuck there again.
He said harshly. Mavis just gulped.
Yes, sir. I won't, sir.
The next day she shunted the trucks. Are you ready, girl?
Yes, I am, driver. Let's go.
And they set off. Everything went smoothly, and before she knew it, she reached the station.
Is that it? I thought it would be longer. And what's that red thing up there?
She asked, looking at the signal. That, Mavis, is a signal. It means you have to stop when the arm is straight. If it's pointing down or up, you can go. Thomas smiled. Mavis just huffed.
Back in the quarry, I go where I want. No signal tells me to stop.
Well, things run differently on the branch line and main line. You better learn about signals. Now, excuse me, I have to go. And he went off with his train. Mavis huffed and went back light engine to the quarry. Over the next week, the temperature got hotter and hotter.
Whew, this heat is getting on my nerves now.
Mavis complained one day to Percy. You're complaining. The heat is making my saddle tank so hot the water inside is starting to boil before it gets to my boiler. It's even giving my injectors issues.
Well, my engine can't cope with this heat either.
And she left. A few days later, she was coming back with some empty wagons when she felt a bump.
What was that?
Mavis had shocked and she stopped. Her driver jumped down and walked back. Oh no, the tracks have warped a bit. I will speak to the owner when we get back. They got back to the quarry and told the owner and foreman. Giddy, the track in the quarry has not been worked on in years.
Because we don't own the track, the North Western Railway does.
So we have to get one of Topham's engines up here with a track gang. They head to the office to call the Fat Controller. After half hour, the owner comes back out.
Mavis, I need you to go to Elsebridge. Edward will be leaving a works train there for you to bring back. Topham can't spare an engine to come up here. Toby's waiting for you. Listen to what he says.
Yes, sir.
She says excited and heads down the line to Farquhar. As she gets there, Toby is waiting. Hello Mavis, I'm here to give you a quick lesson on signals, so listen carefully.
I don't need a lesson, Toby. Just stop at the red ones. How hard is that?
And she storms off. Toby called after her, but she didn't listen. She hurried along happily, passing fields and sights she had never seen.
This is the life. Open rail ahead, lawn runs, and plenty of new things to see. Tunnels, bridges, and stations.
She says happily. Soon she came to a yellow signal, which confused her, so she stopped.
What's this?
And she waited and waited and waited. Further down the line, Thomas pulled into Maithwaite. His passengers get on and the guard looks to the signal, but it doesn't change. Why hasn't the signal changed? I heard an engine was meant to be coming down. Will you go look for it, Thomas? Said the station master. Yes, sir. He uncouples and heads down the line. It wasn't long till he found Mavis. Mavis, what are you doing here?
This signal. It's different.
This is a distance signal, Mavis. It's a warning. You can pass it.
What? But I got told not to pass signals. You said that.
I said not the home signals. The red ones. If a yellow one is up like this, then you will have to slow down. It means the next one is on red. Mavis looked angry. Come on, follow me to the signal box and wait for me to pass with my train, he said kindly. Mavis followed Thomas. The signalman sent them into the siding. Now wait here till this home signal drops. and he carried on back to Maithwaite.
Thomas just went past the signal. But he said...
Confused and angry, Mavis passed the signal. The signalman tried to call her to stop, but it was too late. As she rounded the corner, she saw Thomas coupling up to Annie and Clarabelle. Mavis, what are you doing? Go back.
You went past the signal on red, so why can't I?
Because I'm collecting my train to pass, so the line is clear for you to carry on. This confused Mavis even more.
But I go where I want to in the quarry.
It works differently out here, Mavis. Go back to the siding and wait. Mavis sadly reversed up to the siding. The signalman ran over. You're a very naughty engine. I'd phoned your owner. You could have caused an accident.
Sorry. I just don't know what I'm doing.
Well, your owner is on his way down so now, so you can shunt up to those buffers and wait. An hour later, Toby pulls up and Mavis's owner jumps down.
You silly engine, I told you to listen to Toby, didn't I?
Yes, sir. You did, sir.
Well, no, you have no choice but to listen, said Toby, and he begins to tell her about signals. After a few minutes, his owner climbs on and Toby heads off with his train.
Now let's do this properly.
Her owner says, and they set off when the signal drops. It was late by the time they reached Elsebridge, and the Fat Controller was waiting. Mavis, you have caused confusion and delay. If you are to come on my line again, past Farquhar, you must follow the rules of the block system. I will not find your owner this time, but you will be double-headed with Toby from now on until further notice, until you learn the line.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I apologize, sir.
Good. I'll take the works train tomorrow. You can stay here tonight and head back with Toby tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
That night, Mavis tried to sleep, but the noise of the passing express and goods trains kept her up. By the time she fell asleep, the morning local trains started passing.
This is getting very annoying.
Toby soon arrives, as well as the workers. Are you ready now, Mavis?
Oh, yes. Get me out of here, please. It's too loud.
Well, let's go then. And they headed off. On the way home, Toby tells her everything to do with being safe on the railway and the block running system. By the time they got to the damaged section of track, Mavis had learnt a lot.
Oh, thank you, Toby. I hope I can prove myself to Sir Topham Hatt soon.
You will, Mavis. Don't worry. The line was soon repaired and Mavis and Toby took the workmen back. The Fat Controller was so impressed when he spoke with her again at Elsebridge that he allowed her to run light engine all the way back to the quarry. It's safe to say, Mavis never ignored Toby again, and she certainly learnt a lot about signals.